You know, guys, I got to talk about this. I really have to talk about this. This just happened less than 10 minutes ago. Less than 5 minutes ago. Let me talk about it, get settled. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. I haven't quite settled yet my new ride, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this in, man, because this is crazy as hell. All right. Now, I was coming out of my office and walked over to my car, and this white woman, you know, I know she was being nosy as fuck because she was just getting in her car. She was pretty much in her car. So she saw me walking towards my car. Now, here's the crazy part. I saw her walking a mile back. She was already a mile ahead of me, going across the parking, just across from one lot to the other. There was like within a few feet apart. From a mile back. I saw her from a mile back going to her car. So I get ready to go to my car, right? There's no joke. I guess she was taking the time getting in the car. Because by the time I got over there, she had just opened the door and sat in the car. So I walk up towards my car. She looked over me like, nice car. She said, what she said, car, something about, nice car. And I said, no, she said, no. Is that your car? I said, yeah. Like, black man ain't supposed to own the car. There's no joke. Yeah, that's the way she says. She gonna ask me if that's my car. Now I walk up to my car that I just acquired, and she gonna ask me, was that my car? And I don't, you know, if I really didn't like my job, I would say, bitch, who car you think it is? You know, I just always walk up to some stranger's car and get in like it ain't mine. Are you serious? Yeah, that's what she... Boy, I tell you, white woman now, fat white woman at that. Fat, greasy white woman. I don't think all white people like, but just say this particular one, because she pissed me off. In a humorous way, but she pissed me off nevertheless. But to sit there and ask me, was that my car? Like, well, yeah, it's like I often would like to walk up on strange people's cars that ain't mine. Okay? Like, I ain't supposed to walk to my car. It doesn't look like the kind of car I should be riding in. Yeah. So as soon as I answered yes, she's like, fancy. That's all she would say. Fancy is code word, like, oh, these niggas trying to be all high and tight now, huh? All uppity. Well, let me tell you something, motherfucker. I know you don't feel that black people are your equal, because we are. Because you think we're still beneath your ass, motherfucker. You funky bitch. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I'm going street today about this, because this was ridiculous. It really was racist to me. I know some people say, oh, that wasn't bad what she... Yeah, it was bad what she said. You gotta read what white people say anymore, man. And I've been doing it off and on for a while anyway, but I was kind of like, yeah, I was real suspicious about when she asked. Because the first thing she said, is that your car? Now I'm walking to my car, getting in my car with a keyless entry into my car with the key in my pocket. Yes, that's my car, bitch. Because it's not like I'm going to walk to some stranger's car and just try to steal it off of the parking lot, which I know better. You know, and you're watching me. It's just stupid. But for her to say fancy, it's just a way to say, you guys all trying to be all this and that, huh? You know? Instead of just saying that's a nice car. You know? I would have accepted that. But just to be like, a little code word, like, change. And I didn't even look at it. I mean, when she said, but to sit there and ask me, you seen a black man go into his car, like, whose car is that? You know, she must have known it was mine, because why else would this big old cow sit there and ask me. She must have saw me parking early when I came in. She must have had to be already knowing there was a black man who owned that car. Or maybe had an idea that my brother owned that car. And just happened to ask me. But I was a little offended by it. I was. When she's like, fancy. That's what she does. That's what she said. Fancy. Boy. That's what she said. I almost didn't say anything to her after she said that. I really kind of shouldn't have. You know, I try to be civil about things sometimes, even when I don't have to be. But it was crazy. I mean, you know, it just trips me out that people don't think that, you know, never seen a car, color car like that. That's what, wow. I can't even make out what kind of car that is. That's a crazy color. I've never seen it. There's a car next to me that's like a silverish pinkish color. I've never seen a car like that. It'll take my eyes off my own car driving. That's crazy as fuck. That's crazy as fuck, though. For real. But anyway, I was just offended by it. I'm like, white people just can't stand black people for doing what they doing. It's like, oh, you trying to get... No, it has nothing to do with... And me getting what I got has nothing to do with me keeping up with anybody. It's really not. Because if that was the case, I would have got what my neighbor got. My neighbor has a different car from a different manufacturer, and he drives a coupe just like I'm doing. But if that was the case, I would have got exactly what... And I could have got what he got because I knew people were selling. I knew a dealer that was selling one just like his. But I didn't want that. You know, I could have got a black one. It was a cold ass black one I saw, with the custom two-tone upholstery in the car. Yeah, the seats, back seats, the console, everything laid out. Sure did. And the bad part, the crazy part about it reminded me of the Batmobile. I remember the day I went to that dealer, I tried 3 different cars. And I still wasn't decided which one I wanted to get. Because one was a Camaro. It was a black Camaro with red trim inside. The red and black trim inside on everything in them. It was laid. And they wasn't even asking that much money. Then I saw not Ultima, Optima. Kia Optima, about 2016. I mean, no, it was 2014. That joker was laid out. That mug was fully kitted out, had a serious sunroof in that mug. It had a dual sunroof. It was laid. It was cold ass laid, I'm telling you. And then the one that really caught my eye, the one I wanted to get, but I unfortunately didn't go through, was this, I think it was it Archie? Yeah, I think it was a Dodge Charger RT. Tricked the fuck out. That one I really wanted. It was jet black. It was black. It was called a black top model. It was laid out. Had a killer stereo system and everything. It was really nice. You know. And that's the one I actually thought I wanted to get, but the deal didn't go through. The deal fell through, so oh well. I got what I want. But it's just the fact that white people don't think that you're their equals, even when it comes to anything else outside of you just having a job, having an education. They don't want you to be equal. They really don't. They still want to have their foot on your neck. Yeah. And that was my point about this. You know, I know she was being sarcastic when she says fancy. I knew that. And I said, ain't that a bitch? She just couldn't stand the fact that a nigga had to have the one that has something nice for himself because he worked just as hard as they fucking do. But they don't look at it that way. They look at it like, yeah, what you doing this? You don't need to be having that. And the fact that my car, it's not even a regular color car. That's the other thing that bothers them more than anything. It bothers them something tremendous. And you know what? I don't give a damn. I really don't. You know? But oh well. You know? Oh well. You know? But I don't, like I said again, I don't do stuff just for show. Now, and don't get me wrong. I like the car. I love it. Not exactly my favorite color, but then again, maybe the reason why I was blessed with this kind of car and the color, because it's making a bold statement to white people. I think it is, and it bothers them. I don't know. I think that's what it does. It bothers them. But I don't care. Then buy it for you. And then buy it for your satisfaction. I bought it for mine. You know? I bought it for mine. You know? And I don't know. People just feel like, oh, you know, they're bold to tell you, oh, yeah, you got this, right? You're being fancy, you're being this, that, and the other. No, I'm being me. You know? And my thing over there is, and I've heard a few people in their videos said it when they bought their cars. It's like, hey, you know, you work all these years, you work all this time, you put in the hours and the work and whatever, and you want to enjoy life and have what you have. You know? And I'm not going to lie. Ever since I went and got the new ride, I feel much better on the job. I don't know. This week, I mean, as rough as it's been this year, I have such a better outlook on life. I have such a better attitude about things. I really do. It just mellowed me the hell out. It really did. It really did. I'm happier. But what it is, other people don't want to see you happy. I talked about this before. Oh, other people want to see you miserable like them. And then the same people who make you feel like crap, and it makes them feel better because they make you feel like crap. I've been through that too. You know, I've been through that all year, matter of fact. That's another story. But, yeah. But people, your own people are like that too. You're on top of that. They want to make you feel like crap for, you know, doing your thing. They want to make the shame. You know, when they want to guilt shame you. They want to guilt shame you into getting that new house, or getting guilt shame to getting in that new car, or getting guilt shame, even getting guilt shame to getting a new job. I've seen that happen too. I had a guy. This is no joke. My dad's a friend, long-time friend of his. They worked on the job together. I told him about what I did and all of that, you know, and he just looked at me like I just stole something, man. He just had the look of kind of like disgust. And to this day, I'm like, why did he give me that look? I mean, I just, you know, you asked me what did I do for a living. I told him it was like what I do, and it's a very honest living. What I didn't understand from him is, why was he looking at me like I did something wrong because I told him that? You know, it wasn't a bad thing, but I mean, it's an honest living. And I mean, he just looked, I mean, really, he just like looked at me with the look of disgust, like, wow, why can I do that? I was like, don't blame me. But I'm thankful that the generations before me was able to do that. They did what they did to make sure that the generations coming up were doing better. You know, and I appreciate that. I've even told my dad. I told that my dad several years ago before he passed away. The same thing. But I don't know. His friend, for some reason, just gave me a strange look. He really did. Gave me a strange look. I was like, really? Oh man, you said traffic this bad today? Jesus. But I don't know. I'll say this though. I'm thankful for what I'm able to do. I'm thankful that, and I was telling my son that we went to TGI Fridays over the weekend. And I'm thankful for what I was able to do over the years. I'm thankful that I've been able to do the things now that I've always wanted to do. See, that was the thing about my dad that I really felt bad about, that he things that I'm sure he still wanted to do, he was not able to do because of what had happened over the past year or so with his illness and stuff. And it made me feel bad about it, but you know, at this point, it is what it is. It's a moot point. But I decided, from his legacy, I'm going to live my life, be more thoughtful to people. I always think that I'm a thoughtful person anyway, but I'm going to be even more thoughtful. I got something coming up where I'm supposed to be doing some charitable work next month. Hope all that goes well. I have to get in the spirit of that, and I want to, and I will. But like I said before, I want to be happy in what I do, in things I do as I get older. I want to be able to enjoy life, and like my sister says, she want to take it. She said she want to start traveling more. She has opportunity to do that. Myself, I know I'm going to start traveling more. Or actually, well, I'm supposed to be doing some of that pretty soon anyway. And I gotta get into that. As you get older, there's things you want to enjoy. Oh my gosh, she is so fine. Damn. That's why she came across this car. Yeah, you see what's going on, girl. So fine, thick self. Yes, Lord. And you ain't slick. Showing up, but I can't be doing that. I like to look. You say look, but you better not touch. Just saying. But it's just the fact that I want to be more appreciative of the things that I can do for people. I want to be happy with the things that I do anymore. I don't want to be miserable. I went through this year. I went through it even more, and I think I briefly talked about that on another podcast. But like I said, I'm gonna start living, man. I'm not gonna, but I want to also focus on teaching that too. And what I'm going to start doing on my other podcasts is talking more about that. If there was one thing that taught me about my father's passing is that you need to be steadfast in everything you do. Not let yourself go astray, not let yourself go out of whack. Because that could have easily happened. And there were times where it came very close to that. I won't go into great detail. I've talked about it already. But I maintained composure, and I had to. Being one of the older children, I had to. It wasn't by default, so I had no choice. But I had no problem doing it. I didn't mind doing it. It is what it is. This is how it was taught. Handle your business. That was kind of my dad's motto. He was always about handling his business. I talked about that not only in the podcast. I talked about. Probably messing some old big head. I talked about that in my podcast about handling your business, and I talked about that at my dad's funeral. But that's the legacy he left, and that's when I wanted to continue on. Somehow or another, it didn't rub off on everybody I knew, but that's another. Like I said, when I get a chance one day, I'll do a live podcast and tell you all about it. Anyway, but that's what it's about. For some of you young people, as y'all get older, you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh man, I can't even get over. This traffic is a mess today, boy. It's crazy. I can't block this, but I can't make the turn because everybody's jamming this traffic, these lanes up. I can't go nowhere. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna cut it short, guys. This is DJ Wolf. All right, man, think I'm on. Yeah. Oh, I can't turn it. Oh, can't go nowhere. But anyway, this is DJ Wolf and I'm out.